even through the fire, through the fire. All right, all right. We are live. We are live. We are live. Give me 5 so I know you're alive. All right.
Did you change the name of the thing? Does it say marriage?
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
I'm just gonna wait for a couple of people to join.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that,
Then we
man.
will start.
Let's wait. Let's wait.
I see Eva's here already.
All right. All right. All right.
Marco Jacobs is here. Who's Marco Jacobs?
Is die laaste hond van innovation.
Why must he be a hond now? Okay, we're waiting for more people to join. Finally is here.
Salute, salute. Kom op, kom op, kom op.
Why do you say salute when you hear Bernali's name? Because you know.
Hey, why must you make my talks about Burnley? No, we're not doing that.
Salute is for Auntie Betty.
Okay.
I'm joking, man.
Through the fire.
Okay, we're waiting for hi Nikolai.
For a chance to be with you.
I can't see how many people is on. Can you see?
Yeah, they're on top.
Oh, okay. I see now.
Yeah, no, we just waiting now here a little bit.
Eva, are you ready?
We'll start now at 8 o'clock, ne? But don't go away.
Kelsey joined. Oh, no sound. Can you guys not hear us? Can you guys hear us?
I think there's no sound because we're not talking. Or we were not talking.
Please. We can hear. Okay.
No, Eva thought we were talking.
Eva doesn't want to listen to our voices, so she put us on mute.
No, Osazi.
We hear, Eva, we hear.
Osazi. Salute. Please give us likes.
Yeah.
Or hearts. Give us hearts.
Hi, Moveen.
Good evening. I am Moveen. I am Marco. You are Cindy.
Oh my word. Bernali is giving gifts. Bernali is very generous.
Yeah, we haven't even said anything, but he's already giving gifts.
Powerful, eh?
Oh, no, she's very good, very good.
I'm just checking who else is joining.
Eva says the sound is on, very good.
Is it on, Eva? Can you hear
it's
us
because you switched
now?
on.
You unmuted us. That's why you can hear us.
Yeah, she
now.
unmuted us, so she said, no, it's fine now. Okay, dokie.
Okay, so we got a couple of people on.
Okay, guys, so send the, what do you call this thing? Send the link around. Because we want to get started. We want to get this party started.
Yeah, share with family, share with friends, share with people.
Want to get the party started. All right. Okay.
What song is it?
I don't know. I made it up.
Pastor Marco sings a lot of songs, guys. That's his own songs. And he gets upset when you correct him.
It's my song. How can you correct me? If I make up the song, how can I be wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm always right.
Sing in your own mind.
We look cute. Oh, thank you.
Oh my word. Hi, Pastor Lee. How are you? So,
Give me a
So-
Lee.
so-
Lee.
so what I did earlier, I called Pastor Mark. Well, I didn't call Pastor Marco. I was just going through some of the questions that we use for premarital counseling, and I was asking Caitlin and Caleb just some random questions, and it was so funny. So I say to Caleb, I say to him, I'm asking both him and Caitlin, how do you view spirituality in your how would you view spirituality in your marriage one day? Caleb says, but I'm spiritual enough. And I was like, oh my word, that is such a Marco answer. The way Caitlin and I were laughing. With the jokes, man. With the jokes. I'm not going to tell you guys all the other things he said, but yeah, we had a ball just going through all the questions and asking him all that questions. Just to see where the young people's minds are at. How they view marriage. Is marriage important?
You know what you do? You do that.
Oh, then it's better.
Yeah.
It's actually so much better.
Yeah, I do better things.
Okay, are we going to start?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm
Okay,
here.
let's start. Pastor Lee came so we can start.
All right.
Laat ons begin.
Okay, so why are we here? What are we doing?
Yeah, so again, we are doing these sessions to help you guys, or really to promote the seminar that is coming up.
Yeah,
The
Bokoko.
31st, the 1st, and the 2nd.
Yeah,
Pastor
something
Mandy
like that.
Pastor Mandy must just help me if I'm correct
No, I
with my
think you're
dates.
right. I think you're right.
So-
Is Mandy here?
I haven't seen her. Maybe she's still going to join.
Okay, no, it's fine.
But yeah, those are the dates for the marriage seminar. Thank you, Kelsey. And we are going to have that those days. And please do invite people, tell people about it. If you would like the link, inbox Pastor Mandy. You can ask her now. She can send you all of those things. But that is really what we are doing in terms of the seminar. Kelsey, in terms of the pricing,
I think it's 300
$150
or
a
what?
person for a single person, and then for
300
couple.
for a couple.
That's what I
Okay.
think, but I speak under
No,
correction.
that sounds fine.
So that's what we are gonna do. Please note, if you are single,
But you wanna mingle? Okay, just keep talking. It's fine.
if you are single, you are very welcome to join.
Okay.
This is not just a couples thing. This is also preparation for marriage, and I know that there are a lot of people that are actually in preparation.
Lots.
Lots.
And that comes to why we are here tonight, because there's something very specific that we want to do. Tell the people what we want to do.
So tonight what we want to do is we want to take you through just some of the things that we have done with couples in terms of preparing them for marriage. And what we've noticed, or every time we do premarital counseling, what we've noticed is that, well, this is on my side, just how good it is and how important it is to do premarital counseling. There are a couple of people, when you talk to them and you ask them, have you gone for premarital counseling? And then they say no. And that already, I think, is something that people must think about, because it really goes into so many things. It goes into finances, it goes into intimacy, it goes into relationships with in-laws, with friends that you have. There is just so much. Hi Nicole, how are you doing?
Hello.
So there are just so many things that it goes into, and it really prepares your mindset for marriage. Can you maybe think of some of the things that we spoke about when we got premarital counseling?
Premarital what?
Or how it helped us when we got premarital
No,
counseling?
I wasn't listening. I just wanted to get married. You went there to go learn stuff. I was there for the vibes.
For what? For the vibes.
Yeah.
So are you telling me in premarital counseling that's what happens, people? Luigi, Kelsey, did you guys not listen when we did premarital counseling? Because Pastor Marco says he goes to premarital counseling for the vibes, or he went for the vibes.
Okay, so here's what happened with Kelsey and Luigi, right? When we asked him, so why do you guys want to get married? Luigi said, no, she's the love of my life. I want this forever. Ask Kelsey, and you? Why are you here? I'm here for the vibes.
Oh my word. That is so befitting of their personalities.
No, I can't remember, man. It was so long ago. And you know me, I just wanted to get married. I wasn't worried what they said.
You weren't worried what they said?
Yeah, for the premarital, I wasn't listening. I just said whatever I thought the pastor wants to hear.
I don't think that's true. I like to make jokes.
Me, I was in a hurry. I wasn't listening with all this. Why do you want to get married? Like, whoa.
What is your goals?
Yeah, what goals do you have? Like, dude, stop it, man.
Okay, put in the chat and let us know if you've had premarital counseling. Let us know what stood out for you. Let us know what were the highlights of the premarital counseling and what helped you. So maybe put some comments in the chat, and then also if you have any questions on what does premarital counseling do, why is it so important, why is it something that we must do? I know.
Very good,
Yeah, Luigi. Nice, Luigi. Luigi remembers. Luigi's not like his pastor. His pastor went for the vibes. Luigi remembers 50-50.
I wanted to get married.
Not 50-50, it's 100-100.
Guys, I was in a hurry. I wanted to get married. And I just said, if you asked me a question, I said whatever I thought you wanted to do here, because me, I wanted to get married.
Now I am thinking to myself, I was like, so sure, this man is giving such good answers, because it's not just for the pastor, it's for me as well. So you're telling me that you lied?
No, I just said whatever you wanted to hear, because I'm sure, you know, like when you have questions, then you already know the answers in your head. So I just said those answers.
Okay, I like what Pastor Lee said. Pastor Lee, thank you so much for that openness in terms of sharing.
Very good.
That you did not have counseling and that is why you are here. I think that sometimes people feel if they haven't had premarital counseling, they may feel ashamed, and some people don't want to talk about it. And the reason why I say so, why I'm saying thank you to Pastor Lee, is because I've noticed that sometimes when you ask people about premarital counseling, people get defensive, or almost like they feel like they're disappointing people, or why didn't we go for premarital counseling? So I think that that's a nice thing that you just did there, just to open up some things for if people want to say they never had counseling.
All right. So what are we going to do tonight? Tonight we are going to give you an overview of the kind of things we will discuss when you come for pre-med. Eva wants to know why she's here. Eva, isn't God the God of a second chance?
Exactly, Eva.
Aye, man.
No, man, Eva.
What? Now, what it is Oku says, come up. Now what you going to do? You must come for counseling.
And I already asked Eva. Is she ready for a second chance?
No, God is the God of your breakthrough. You know the damn walls are breaking. Okay, let's be serious. You know what? I need to start being serious.
Oh my word. The only thing I remember is we were told we will never stop getting to know one another. That's a good one, Tasneem.
That's very good.
It's actually a very good one. I like that.
That is exceptional. I still have no idea who this person is next to me.
You don't?
No idea. You know what? I'm going to start being serious now. Let's just... Okay. Let's be serious. Cindy, be serious and talk.
Okay, so just some of the things that we talk about, and I'm just going to randomly go through these things just so that you have an overview
Yeah.
of what we deal with when it comes to marriage counseling. What are you
For
laughing?
Kelsey.
Yeah, please, Kelsey, please. Call to order. If this was Parliament, Parliament would have been dear mekaar.
Point of order.
Dear mekaar.
All right,
Anyway,
all right. Now I'm focused.
So some of the things I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just randomly going to go through some stuff, and then just so that you can get a feel, Bernally, and who's all the other people, the single people, yeah, and Eva is single, and who else? And Alvina,
And my mother.
and Ma Jacobs, and Maritz. They're all single.
All the single ladies. Oh. You know what?
Those are all the
You are
glamours.
supposed to be the serious
Okay,
one.
okay, sorry. So we are just gonna go through some of the questions, just so. If I don't laugh, man.
Like
I
it,
won't-
you got to put everything on it. All right, guys. No,
Okay,
stop it now.
let's be serious, guys. Nice making fun of us. We're not making fun of. We think you guys are cute. We're gonna come to all your weddings. Okay, so these are just some of the questions that you can think about, or maybe just have a view on what marriage counseling is about.
Yeah.
And it's probably things that you do think about, but it's really just us facilitating the question so that both people can talk about it. Because sometimes you have an idea or you've got a thought pattern on something, but you don't talk. You don't talk to the person about it. And number one is really about the meaning of your marriage commitment. What does commitment mean to you?
Yeah.
Now, it seems to be something that is very simple, but when you hear the answers of what people would come up with, I mean, I asked Caitlin and Caleb earlier, I was just doing a tester with them. I asked them, what does commitment mean to you? And then Caitlin was saying to be loyal, to be respectful. And then Caleb is like his dad, guys, this is now literally going to be a joke because this is what he said. And he was making jokes, and he said no commitment to him means the lady must serve him. And I know he was making a joke, and he wasn't really, but there are people that may have that perception of commitment, that maybe the woman needs to serve the husband. Maybe it's a thing of Luigi spoke about, it's not 50-50, it's 100-100. There are people out there that may think that in the 100%, the husband must give 40% and the wife 60%. Or the wife may feel that the husband must give 60% and she must give 40%. So there's those kind of things that we have to deal with, Pastor Marco, in terms of people just understanding what is commitment. Because we all come from different homes. And not everybody has the same view on what commitment is. Commitment to one person in marriage could mean that maybe I just make sure that financially everything is taken care of in the house, but I can still see other ladies. I'm just saying how people may view what commitment is. And maybe you can give us a view on what your view is in terms of commitment in the marriage.
Okay. Before I go into anything there, I want to just give people some more insights into the kind of stuff that we would ask. Is of all the people you've married, of all the people you've met in your life, the people you've maybe even dated, people you've met, dated, why are you choosing this person? Why this person? So you now need to answer that. And maybe while you're sitting there, think about it. Why did you choose Larry? Kelsey, why did you choose Luigi? There were so many others that you might have chosen.
I know, man. Jimmy Swaggart. Man. No, man.
Okay. Come back to seriousness. And then... Okay.
There were so many others that you could have chosen.
I'm going to be serious now, okay? What?
Sorry.
All right. What attracted you to your partner initially?
Yeah.
And what do you believe, or what you believe your partner will help you to become? What attracted you to your partner initially, and what do you believe your partner will help you to become?
Yeah.
And that is about the commitments, because, look, when I first met Pastor Cindy, I was just attracted to the miniskirt. I wasn't worried about no. Okay, but that was where it starts, maybe, ne? For
With a
some.
miniskirt.
Yes,
It wasn't even a miniskirt, guys.
it doesn't matter. But you guys know that was my story. But it can't stay there. What is the nature of your commitment to this person? Why do you want to spend the rest of your life with this particular person?
Yeah.
Because there are others. And I think for me, the age at which I met Pastor Cindy, I think I was in my very early 30s. Now, when you are at that age, for those who are at that age, and you are at the age, at a place in your life where you know what you want and you know what you don't want,
Yeah.
and you don't have time still to. I mean, I know what I want.
To play games.
I'm not 21. I'm not 19. I'm not trying to figure myself out. Now here's the lesson in that. The lesson is something called interdependence. Now, interdependence, it means that I'm not totally in need of you, and you are not totally in need of me. And that almost forms a parasitic relationship where the one needs the other one, but the other one doesn't need that one. So you need me, but I don't really need you. I keep you around for benefits. That's not ideal, right? So to describe an interdependent relationship is that Pastor Cindy needs me, but she wants me, but she doesn't need me. She can exist on her own, but she wants to be with me for specific reasons, because there's a level of completion that I can bring to her. And the same with me. I want to be with her. It's not that I need a woman. I lived on my own for how many years? I think I lived on my own for 7 years. I'm not even sure how long. And I managed my life. But here's the thing. I want to be with Pastor Cindy. She wants to be with me. We can exist independently, but we have chosen not to. Why? Because we are better together. So interdependence is like a form of synergy where 1 + 1 is 3.
Yeah.
On her own, she's only 1. On my own, I'm only 1. But together we are 3.
Yeah.
Now you can't have that when you're looking for someone to, you just need from them and you take, or they need from you and you just have to give. It's not interdependent. So interdependence is when 2 become 1, and that 1 becomes more powerful than the 2 individuals on their own.
Yeah.
That is what people call power couples. And that is really what you are looking for, is that this person, they also synergize with your life. In the sense of, you can't be marrying someone who has a completely different vision to you.
Yeah.
Completely different areas of interest, different direction in life, different philosophies. You need to find someone who agrees with where you are at. And someone who, and I can tell you what, I'm going to give you a live example of Pastor Cindy and I, right? Where I decided she's the one. Actually, I decided with the miniskirt, but like what closed the deal? I'm going to tell you what closed the deal for me. Is that I was single and I was happily single. I wasn't worried. I was busy with my career, so I wasn't worried so much, But being a single guy, you obviously now, you must do everything for yourself, and the cleaning of the house and whatever was not an issue because I had a helper who came in and just did whatever. I mean, I was living alone, so she didn't have a lot of work. But there is that level of wanting to be taken care of. And I think we all have that. And there was one day when I was on my way to an event that Pastor Cindy asked me to attend, and I was driving. And she called me and she asked me, "Where are you?" I said, "Listen, I'm here and there, I'm on my way." And she said to me, "I've kept your food for you." I know that's very basic, né? But the last person who kept my food for me was my mother. So you must understand that it meant something for me, that somebody was taking care of me. Now, I can live without that, can't I? But in that moment, I chose not to live without that. I chose to have someone take care of me. I could have gone to McDonald's, but on that day, somebody said to me, "I'm keeping a warm plate of food aside for you. When you get here, you will eat." Do you see how you can want someone without needing them? Because McDonald's would have filled my stomach.
Yeah.
Lekker kos.
Yeah. Mandy says Brad also caught me with that one lekker kos.
Yeah.
I think that the interdependent thing is very important. And when it comes to the younger people, there is this notion of, when I get married, am I going to lose myself? And that is why premarital counseling is so important, because you need to look at each other's goals. Like one of the questions we ask people as well is, what is your goals? You need to make sure that there's a synchronization of who you are as individuals. If you are with someone that takes from you and does not put into you, then you are not with the right person. If you are with someone that does not enhance who you are, then you are not with the right person. And those are the kind of things that is important for us to go into. Does this person make me better? Or am I trying to change myself for the person all the time? Those are the kind of, how comfortable are you with the person? And there has been many things that I did speak about Pastor Marco in terms of why he became the one. And one of the things that I liked about him, besides the muscles, was the fact that his comfort levels. I came from an environment where it was almost like everybody was scared of me, because people see spirituality as scary. And this is going to be a strange thing. But when I met Pastor Marco, he said something to me he asked me, "So what do you do in church?" So I now tell him everything, because I thought, no, he really wanted to know, what do I do in church? He asked me a question.
I did want to know.
So I told him, I'm in the worship team, I'm in the intercessors, I'm in the youth, and I give him like everything. And he looks at me and he says to me, "I'm not intimidated by your intercession. I can outpray you anytime." And I know that may sound funny, but for me, that was like, oh, wow, I like this guy, because he's not intimidated by me. I have a problem, or let me not say problem, but there's this thing in my mind. I don't know what I want to call it. When women are strong and men can't handle it, or women are strong or they are doing well in a certain area, and men feel intimidated by that. And I find that within circles of our community, and even when we have spoken to people in marriage, that is often a very big problem. That people are attracted to each other, but they are not attracted to each other's destiny, They don't know what I carry. I don't know what Pastor Marco carries. So when I begin to come out strong in the things that I'm gifted in, especially as a woman, now the man will tell me, no, 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 you need to know your place. And those are the kind of things we talk about, because there are women that are strong. There are women that want to hear, well done, I'm proud of you. Even though I'm not good at that particular thing, you are good at that particular thing. And for me, besides Pastor Marco's looks and his muscles and and all of those kind of things.
All those kind of things.
All those things.
All of it.
It was the fact
Everything.
that everything. Alles.
Yeah.
Alles. What is alles in Zulu?
Olos.
What?
No, leave it, man. It's
Alles is olos. Okay. Alles is olos in Zonke Bonke. Thank you, Bernie. It's not olos. But besides all of those things, besides olos, it was really the fact that he saw me. And that is why, I sometimes feel like whenever I wish Pastor Marco a happy birthday, or I wish him happy Father's Day, it's always from a point of that you see me, and it feels like it's the same every year. But you have to see each other. You can't get married to someone that you don't see. And I'm not talking about their looks, and I'm not talking about how charming they are. I'm talking about really looking in the person and seeing the person. That is an important, and that was always important for me. I didn't want anybody to be intimidated by me. I didn't want a husband that's going to say, oh, so you pray more than me. Oh, so why are you so in this prayer thing? Why are you singing? Why are you this and I can't do that? I didn't want that kind of competition. I just wanted someone to celebrate me for my strengths, and I must celebrate them for their strengths. And that is often something that when it comes to the interdependence, when people don't have the interdependence, and I actually spoke to someone else last week about this. When people don't have their interdependence, then they become insecure. And the things that they are weak in, they actually don't want you to excel in it. So it's very deep, the kind of things that we go into in terms of really getting to know the person and understanding olos about the person.
all right. You know what? We're actually on point 1 of the marriage counseling, and it's 4 sessions. So let me see if I can move. So the first one that we discussed now was commitment. The next one that we would speak to people about are your lifelong goals. Like, where are you going? And if you find that you're not going in the same direction, then that becomes a problem. But I want to jump to the third one that we speak about, is mutual expectations. Mutual expectations. You know that unmet expectation is the breeding ground of conflict. And the one thing that people struggle with in all conflict. You conflict at work, conflict at home, conflict in the church, conflict amongst family members, oral, conflict. And you know that all conflict situations begin with these words, but I thought you would. But I thought. So it's unmet expectations that cause conflict, mismanaged expectations, where you didn't say exactly what you wanted and you weren't sure what the other person's expectation was of you. Now, that is where problems arise. And one of the questions, I'm going to read one of the questions under mutual expectations is, now listen in slow motion, right? Because I'm going to speak slow. Because here's something that you must ask yourself about your partner, hopefully before you get married. But here's it. What do you expect from your marriage partner regarding emotional support during exciting times,
Yeah.
sad times, periods of illness, and job loss? Do you know how to support your partner in times like that? When it's exciting, when it's sad, your partner needs to be supported when it's exciting. Your partner needs to be supported when they are sad. Your partner needs to be supported if there's an issue at work. Do you know how to support your partner? Do you even support your partner? Or do you just say, no, I'll just give him time. He'll get, no, he doesn't. He wants it to get through it with you, with your support. Your support for the achievement. Your support also for the lack of achievement. What is your expectation of your partner? Is your partner aware of your expectation? Now, if you had been for marriage counseling, you'd know the answer.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Can I get a high five? That was a good one.
Very good.
All right. I know I took them deep and then I give you a high five, but I think that people need to think about that. All right, let's...
So let us go into some more of the questions. Another section that we would go into is your living arrangements.
Right.
So how would you live? Would you live together? Would you live with your parents? Would you go and live with a person? Would you go and live in their house? If they have a house, would they come and live in your house? If you have two properties, what are you going to do? And I think that those things are very important, because what if you haven't discussed
Yes.
having a house, and now you end up living with family members?
I want to give an example. The nicest... Okay, Kelsey and Luigi, I think, are my favorite example of this living arrangements. Before they got married, they both lived in a complex together. So Kelsey had her place and Luigi had his place in the same complex. Then when they got married, the two moved into I think Kelsey gave up her room, her apartment, and her and Luigi moved in together. Now, obviously, that creates a lot of discomfort. And everything is everywhere.
Yeah.
And, Kelsey had a lot of stuff, obviously, and then Luigi had to move his things so that Kelsey can also have place. And they told us it's very uncomfortable. They admitted to that. And they even told us, no, we don't want to invite you over because things are just not the way that we want it to be.
Yeah.
But they were very clever about this whole thing. So they took their time to build themselves, because I'm sure the wedding was also looked very expensive. So they took time to rebuild themselves, get their finances in order, get everything straight, and the next thing, these two are moving into a mansion. I mean, you must see their house. Like, one room is the whole apartment. Kelsey, you can bear me out there. They've got one room that's as big as the whole apartment they used to live in. Now imagine the cleverness. Hulle was sharp gewees. You see, when you get married, you don't need to impress nobody.
Keep it up with the Joneses.
Yes. You don't need to impress nobody. You give yourself time, a year, whatever, and you get the house you want.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you can just, the small spaces are nice, so you can, Luigi could easily catch Kelsey when she runs around.
Catch her.
Now it's difficult to catch her because the house is big. All right, no, okay, stick here to the notes, Cindy, because
I think it's important to go into these kind of things, because you'll find that people don't even talk about their living arrangements.
Yes.
Now, in terms of Kelsey and Luigi, now Kelsey moves in with Luigi, but they agreed on that.
Yes.
I know that those two were very thorough because they spoke about everything. And it was like, okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Because you find that people don't talk about these things. Now you want to be so expensive with the stuff that you buy, and then tomorrow you end up with nothing. So also when it comes to living arrangements, when it comes to buying a house, when it comes to all of those kind of things, it is important to use wisdom and not to try and impress people early in your marriage. Because when you do that, nobody else is with you when your door closes. Nobody else is with you when you need to make those payments. When you need to make those payments and you have to sit together and look at all of those things. So living arrangements is something that is very important. I mean, even when Pastor Mark and I got married, I moved in with Pastor Marco. He already had a place. And we stayed there for a while. And there was no need to impress anybody. It was about us getting to know each other. It was about what works for us. And I think in terms of what someone said earlier, where they spoke about you are continuously getting to know each other right through your marriage, it's so true, because it's a growth process together. It's not about trying to impress people. So when it comes to living arrangements, talk about it. Know what works for you, know what works for the other one. Know if you want to, if you've decided wherever you are going to live, are you going to stay close to the family? Do you want to be far from the family so that you can build your own culture? That was something that was important for us, that we always speak to people about. We needed our space so that we could build our own culture, because now it was Pastor Marco's culture and my culture coming together. And it couldn't, yes, Bernie, it was very far, but I think it was also a little bit deliberate, so that we could get to know each other. Because sometimes you find when it comes to living arrangements and all of those things, that when the families are so close, then the couple doesn't have a chance to bond. If they fight, the mother or the father is involved, maybe they are staying with the parents. They just need to get to know each other, know what works for each other. And I think that if you are going to be with your family, close to your family, that's your choice. You have spoken about it, you thought about it. If you are going to be far, that's also your choice in terms of building your culture. So I think that's a very important one. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the children?
Yeah. So we would then move on to a topic about kids. Now, before you get married, you need to understand, or you need to agree, how many children are you going to have?
Yeah.
Do you plan on having? Because I think, like, say, Berna Lee wants a whole soccer team.
12 kids.
She wants, so it's 22 because it's 11 and 11 reserves. But now she finds a husband and the man wants one child. Where do you meet one another? And you can't have that conversation after you get married. How many children do you want to have? And how many kids are enough? And what are the kind of gaps in their ages? You know, do you like some people would say, no, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have 3 children, I'm going to have them in year 1, year 2, year 3, I'm done, that's it. Close the shop. Now, some people do that, and that's good. It works in those, like if that's what, but other people want 2-year differences. Other people say 5 years is too big of a difference. How many children do you want, and what have you agreed? And there, Kelsey's asking the next pertinent question.
Yeah.
What happens if you find out after marriage that you can't have children?
Have kids.
Those conversations are best to have before you get married, because it's a reality in this life. What if you find out, no, we can't have, now you want to talk about it? I know it's morbid. I know it's like, who wants to discuss that? But that's what marriage counseling is going to help you with. We do it early. We fix problems. This is the point of marriage counseling. We fix problems before they happen.
What
So you're not,
What if you're getting married to someone who is already has a child? Are you ready for a blended family? Are you ready for
Yes.
the other person to, because remember, it's not just that child that's going to be in your life. It's also the parent of that child that will be in your. How are you going to manage those kind of things?
Yeah.
So those are important questions to ask. I think like when it comes to what is this, family planning and all
Yeah,
of those
yeah.
kind of things, Pastor Marka and I, we said no, we're going to wait for a year.
2 years. We're gonna wait for 2 years.
Did we say 2 years? And then someone went to the dentist, and the dentist cancelled. The antibiotics cancelled everything, and then we had babies.
Do people know how that works?
No, maybe you can tell them.
No, I also don't know. You must. Okay. So if you're on a, what do you call these things? Pregnancy
Contraceptive.
contraceptive, no?
Yes.
Antibiotics could potentially deactivate it.
It cancels the
It cancels it.
contraceptive.
And then you can fall pregnant even though you are taking. And Pastor Cindy,
So Caitlin was an antibiotic baby.
Haibo.
It's a joke. And then we now had to talk and to readjust. But it wasn't like it was a problem. So you need to talk about those kind of things. If you said we're gonna wait 2 years, and now this kind of thing happens, what do?
Yeah.
Are you now gonna blame each other as a couple? Oh, it's your fault. You have to be open about those kind of things. Very, very, very open. Shall we go to money?
Yeah, let's move to that. I think we'll finish session 1 and session 2, then we'll continue next week.
Okay. Then maybe we talk. Let me just see it.
No.
I just
No,
want to see it.
Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey.
The tooth was only sore on day 1.
And I went to that dentist a lot, eh? Okay. So just those kind of things. Let me just say this also. Some people, you have to know also their religious views when it comes to children or family. Because now what if you get married to someone and the person is now so upset, the child came before the time that you planned, and now you're here. Okay, this is maybe exaggerated, but what if it is the case?
Yeah.
And the person is now talking about abortion. So you have to have the person's worldview on things.
Does your partner believe in abortion?
Exactly.
No, my partner is Christian. I'm going to ask you again.
Yeah.
Does your partner believe in abortion? Can you ask the question?
Can you talk about those difficult questions? Because maybe you think, oh, baby is here and we're just going to handle it and deal with it. Maybe your spouse is in a place where your spouse says, no, my career is just taking off. I don't have time for this. And then the topic of abortion comes up.
Exactly.
But we're Christian. So you have to talk about these things, because Christian doesn't necessarily mean Christian values. It doesn't always. Okay, let's go to money.
Yabogogo.
So one of the things that we talk about, or we like to talk about, and we'll talk about that more in depth in the marriage counseling, is money being married. Is your money together? Are you in agreement with all the things that's happening? Do you know about each other's accounts? Are you hiding accounts from your husband? Are you hiding accounts from your wife? Do you want to have a prenuptial agreement? Do you believe in what's the other one? I forget now. Community of property. How do you see your marriage? Because maybe you are getting married to someone who has businesses, and the person feels like, I need to protect maybe not just the business, but I also need to protect you if I run into debt. So those are the kind of things you need to talk about. There are many people, the one person is taking care of, you need to ask questions like, are we sharing the responsibilities? Who is buying the groceries? Are we buying the groceries together? Is everything on me? Is everything on you? You have the traditionalist mindset in terms of, I was just speaking to Caitlin and Caleb earlier, and I got their view in terms of how do you see it when it comes to finances. And Caleb was very adamant. He said to me, Mommy, I'm a man. I need to take care of my wife and my children when I get married one day. Yes, she must have her own career and she must do things and stuff, but the buck stops with me. I expect that I must do the bigger things. And even though women can be more successful sometimes and maybe even earn more money, there's also that. And then Caitlin brought in the pride thing, that sometimes it's a problem for men when women earn more money than them. How do we handle those
Let's
kind
talk
of
that's premarital counseling.
those dynamics? Are you okay with your wife?
Like Luigi will tell you that Kelsey is the breadwinner. Okay, but that's a joke.
No, that's a joke.
Yeah,
Nobody
this
will.
is-
Nobody
yeah.
will understand.
No,
that
people are.
joke.
That's a private joke.
Yeah, they
actually.
won't understand
Yeah,
that
no,
joke.
let's leave that. Just forget that one. That's private jokes. All right, so I think like for us now, Pastor Cindy and I we tried two different things. One of the things we tried was to have one account, but I kind of feel like it didn't necessarily work because sometimes, there is a sense of I want to have sort of my money, if you get what I'm saying, so that there isn't
Ownership.
a need. Yeah, there isn't a need to ask. It's like, but it's almost like, you know what? Like let's say, like even with our kids. Let's talk about our kids. Our kids have, it's not a big amount, so I'm not even going to tell you. It's so little that I won't even tell you. But I give them X amount of money every month. Just I put it in their bank account and they can buy whatever they want with it. Sweets, chips, pizza. It's their choice. And that gives them a sense of ownership. Even though they sometimes tell me, I don't know why you give me money because I can ask you for all those things and you'll buy it for me. But I give it to them because they can then walk into the shop and they can just buy whatever they want because it's their choice in that moment. They don't have to ask me at all. So I feel like there has to be, and well, this is what we kind of just agreed for the two of us. You do you, and this is what we've agreed, is that we want to each have something that just belongs to me and I can spend it wherever I feel like it. So our money is married, but there is that sense of if I go here and I want to buy that shoe, I don't really want to be phoning for permission. This is my budget for, let's call it disposable income, for lack of a proper word escapes me. But it's just, this is my amount of money and I'm going to spend it on whatever I like this month. But those are typically smaller amounts. When it comes to the big amounts, Pastor Cindy now can't take 20,000 Rand and decide how she's going to spend that, because we must pay for food in the house and all that. But if it's 2,000 Rand as an example, that's for whatever you feel like doing for this month. You take that 2 grand and you spend it as you wish.
Yeah.
But that is what worked for
us.
For us. You do you. And that's kind of how we felt things were better than having one account. So Pastor Cindy has her account, I've got my account, but we are connected.
We still work together.
We are connected.
I think the money thing is a huge thing that we've come across the years, is that some are so open to it, and then other people, when you touch on the money thing, it's almost like you're touching a god. Like, I can give you in marriage, I can give myself to you in marriage, but just don't touch my money. I don't want you to know what's happening in my bank account. And it could be various reasons, guys, because, I did something where I was looking at the different kinds of money personalities, and I actually did it in research of the thesis that I was doing on marriage. And I discovered that there's different kinds of different kinds of personalities when it comes to marriage, or rather not marriage but money, is that you get the one that overspends, and then that personality or that culture comes against the one who is the saver. But sometimes you get the saver that is so bad where they don't even know how to spoil themselves. So there's so many of these kind of dynamics, and that is why when I actually delved into this thing, I thought to myself, it is so important to understand this, where you would literally go into the characters of, you literally go into the characters of what kind of character do I have when it comes to money. And you need to understand that about your spouse. What character do they have when it comes to money? And then you will understand, okay, what is their weakness in this character? What is their strength? What is my weakness? What is my strength? And then we find common ground. Because if you don't understand that, then your money cannot be married. Because I'm always, if Pastor Marco is a big spender and I am a saver, I'm always going to feel like he is a threat to the money that I am saving. And Pastor Marco being a spender, and he maybe wants to just bless everybody, he is going to feel that I am a threat to him wanting to bless people. And I'm coming up against his giving anointing or whatever. So you need to know and understand what is the person's strength when it comes to money. Watch them when you are dating. How do they save? You know, we once went out with a couple, and we did some stuff together, and the lady was sharing with me, and it's almost like she wanted to make like excuses for her husband. And I said, no, man. She was saying to me, I see how Marco is. Marco, he just wants to bless everybody, because Pastor Marco was like, you know, Pastor Marco's not the kind of person that counts. When he blesses you, like he blesses you. And it doesn't mean that other people are wrong. And then this woman now looked at the thing, and she was saying, you know what, my husband is also a giver. It's just that he likes to have like notes of everything that he spent. And so for him, it's like, you do you buy you, I buy me, and we keep all the things separate. And I was saying to this person that don't look at it as something that is bad, and don't compare, because sometimes we look at things that other people do and then we want to compare. Find out the personality, the financial personality that your spouse carries, and then you work together, because we all have financial personalities. Find out what it is, see how you can bring it together, but don't go out and looking at other people and then you want to compare, because I promise you that is also going to put more strain on your marriage, because we don't all have the same personalities. I think there's about 8 of those personalities. Maybe we'll touch on it in the seminar, because I've actually got all those ones jotted down in terms of how to work with each other and how to understand each other when it comes to the financial personality. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, okay, I'm going to say one last thing and then you can close the meeting. In marriage counseling, before you get married, we ask you the question. A question you do not need to give me an answer on, but you need to give your fiance this answer. How much credit card debt do you have? How many clothing accounts do you have that you haven't paid up? How big is your overdraft? How much money do you owe the bank? How much money do you owe people? How much money do you owe SARS? You need to have that discussion before you get married. So you know what you are jumping into. We can unpack that one another time, because that's loaded. That is loaded. How much debt are you coming in with? How many assets? Yes. But what have your spending patterns been like before you got married? And is there something you need to fix? That's a conversation that must be had.
Disclosure.
Full disclosure. You can't get married and find out later this one has 500,000 Rand of debt. You can't. You can't. You just can't. Cindy, I'm handing
Yeah.
over to you. You can land the plane.
I think, just to land this whole thing, even while you are dating, when Pastor Mark and I were dating, I remember so specifically one day he asked me. Now, I think I was a bit slow in understanding what he was trying to do or why he was asking me these questions, because he was asking me like, how much do you earn? And then he was asking me about your clothing accounts and all of those things. And I wasn't really comfortable answering it, because I thought to myself, why are you asking me all of these questions? It's a bit uncomfortable. But as we started going into these things and started talking about these things more, because then I realized he was trying to marry our money. Like, our money became married, I think, even before we were married. And if you are serious with someone, even in dating, you will start looking at stuff like that. And I think that this is one of the good things also, if I can just use Luigi and Kelsey again, is that even before they got married, their money already started getting married. We could hear it in their conversations. There were so many things that they were saying. So that was where the mindset is at. If you know that you are dating someone and you are serious and you are now engaged and you are moving to all of those things, you can't think that you are going to live on love and fresh air, because that is not going to sustain you.
Right.
You need to go into
100%.
the uncomfortable things that not a lot of people want to talk about. People end up disliking each other and saying, I have fallen out of love, based on the fact that it's a financial issue.
Right.
Fix their financial issue,
And then they're
and
back
then
in love.
suddenly they're in love again. It's not that you are not in love. You are under pressure and you are not willing to talk about the things that makes you uncomfortable. And money is one of the biggest things that makes people uncomfortable. People don't want to talk about money. And so it's not a love issue. In many cases, it's a money issue. In many cases, it's a relationship issue where you are just not handling the relationships outside of the marriage in terms of in-laws, parents, etc. So when you fix these things, and again it comes back to communication, then you will suddenly realize, oh, I love you again. I never stop loving you. And that is why sometimes people get divorced and you will find that they get back together. Is because when the pressure of the thing that they dealt with is suddenly gone, now they suddenly realize that they still love each other. So these things can be fixed. And again, as Pastor Mandy put in the group, we will be on a Zoom meeting from the 31st of July until the 2nd of August. And we hope that we will see you there as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. See you next week. Next week we did session 1 and session 2 tonight. Next week we will go for session 3 and session 4. And
the marriage seminars after that.
And then after that we're going for the marriage seminar. God bless you guys. Have an awesome and an amazing evening. Sleep well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.